Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to this Japa Sangha. I'm especially thankful to my dear Chakri Prabhu and Mataji for hosting, opening their house. And he's my long friend. Our relationship goes decades back. I'm so fortunate. Thank you so much. And thanks to every one of you. Just one quiz question before we begin. What is common between 2025 and 2026? Yes.
They both have the same 1,000 digits.
Perfect. He's very sharp and intelligent. Anybody else? Okay, just to.
It's a year that will fly by if we don't take it.
True. So actually he is right, Shriyan. So 2025, 2025, right? 2026. So 202 is common. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So we can carry 4 tips to upgrade our japa. Just like we do an iPhone upgrade, we can do upgrade of our japa. So every half an hour I'll pause and share one tip, and that we can maybe put as a goal in our 2026 as the year is approaching. It's nice to have a goal, how we can go to the next level in our japa. Just like we have financial goals, we have educational goals, right? Similarly, we should also have spiritual goals. And one of the very foundational in spiritual life is chanting. Srila Prabhupada said 90% of the progress is made in spiritual life alone just by chanting. So we can take chanting process very seriously. And it is the simplest of all the processes at Navavida Bhakti and 64 limbs. The chanting is the simplest, but it is the most powerful. All you have to do is chant properly. So the first tip to upgrade our japa is to chant clearly and distinctly. So sometimes we are in a rush and we sometimes miss some words. No? Hare Krishna Mahamantra consists of 16 words. So sometimes, not even in a rush, we like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare. So Hare Hare gone. Or sometimes the word is also distorted. Like Ram Ram become Nam Nam. So then what happens? It is not Mahamantra. And I have observed, it's a serious issue actually. I have observed devotees decades old in devotional life are still chanting this kind of japa. Imagine if somebody tells you after 2 decades, Prabhu or Mataji, whatever you are chanting, that is not Mahamantra. It's a wastage, right? 2 hours, 365 days into 2 decades. It's a wastage. You did not chant Mahamantra. Will it be Mahamantra if we miss 2 words from it? You know the mantra, right? Mantra means it has to be, every word should be there. And then every word should be there as it is. You cannot distort anything there. And the vow we take at initiation is to chant Mahamantra, not something that closely resembles Mahamantra. That's not the vow. So you should be very careful because we can waste decades of time by this kind of improper chanting, incomplete chanting or distorted chanting. So we can slow down and chant clearly. No need to chant too fast. Your rounds will be completed, don't worry. Just if you give 1 more minute to your chanting, you can save decades of wastage. Just give 1 more minute. So every word of the Mahamantra should be distinct and clear. Yeah, as I was saying, let us give additional minute to save efforts, decades of effort. All the words should be clear. Another thing is, just like we cannot see our own fault, can we see our own fault? Very difficult, almost impossible. Similarly, our broken japa we cannot see. Unfortunately, we cannot see. So we can ask feedback from devotees. How is my japa going? If we chant together, we can ask feedback. It's the greatest benefit that person can do. See, imagine if somebody for decades is chanting this kind of japa, which is not a Mahamantra. And more unfortunate situation is if nobody tells him or her, and they continue like that. Whole life will be gone like that. So it will be the biggest help if somebody tells us. And nobody will tell you because everybody is humble. So we can ask feedback. And this is the most important conversation we can have with another devotee. Prabhu or Mataji, please tell me how can I improve my japa? How is my pronunciation proper? Am I chanting properly? This is the most important question that needs to be asked. We can introspect on our japa. How is my japa going? We can even record our japa and hear. You'll be surprised afterwards when you hear the japa. So, time to fix japa and chant clearly is today and now. So, today and now is the time to fix our japa. Let's not continue this kind of third class chanting. It is just a wastage of time. Let us fix today and now our japa. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, this Mahamantra is given, Iti Shorashaka Namnakam Kali Kalmashanasaram Natta Parataranam Sarva Vedisha Dishati. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra, complete Mahamantra. So if you have any doubt what is Mahamantra, you can go to CC Adi 3.40. Mahamantra is given with scriptural evidence. So if we chant clearly, then what will happen is Rupa Goswami is describing actually how this Mahamantra works. But for it to work, sometimes devotees ask, for me I'm chanting so many years, it's not working. First question to be asked, are you chanting Mahamantra? Or something that is closely resembling Mahamantra? If you're not chanting Mahamantra, how do you expect it will work? It's not going to work. Right? So that's the first thing. So Rupa Goswami is giving what will happen if we chant Mahamantra. And it is true. You can experiment for yourself. He is telling, Tunde tandavini ratim vitanute tunda bali labdhaye karna krura kadam vinighatayate karnarvadebhya spriham cheta prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim no jane janita kyadviramrita krishneti varnatvai. So what he is describing is Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanita. The first is mouth. Tunde means mouth. So first we have to chant clearly with our mouth. First step number 1. It has 3 steps. All the 3 if you do, then only Mahamantra is complete. So Tunde Tandavini, first we chant clearly. Ratim Vitanate, Tundavali Labdhare, Karana Krora Kadambini Ghatayate. So what he's telling is, when I chant with my mouth, I want millions of mouths. When the Mahamantra enters my whole of the year, I wish to have thousands of years. So second step is we hear through ear. Many times, even if we chant properly, many times chanting properly itself is a challenge. And if you somehow pronounce clearly, we forget the second step, which is that we have to receive Krishna through the ear. It's called oral reception. Imagine if Krishna knocks the door, calling bell. Right? How will you receive him? The red carpet, Padya, Argha, Puja, Arti. Mahamantra is Krishna himself. So, many times we call him, Krishna, come, and then we don't receive him. If somebody comes and then you don't receive him, if you, let's say you have gone to somebody's house and he did not receive you, how do you feel? Insulted, right? Isn't it? Same thing with Krishna. He is a person. He feels insulted if we don't receive him. So the second important step. Chant, receive through the ear for oral reception. And then what Rupa Goswami is telling that Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate, that Mahamantra through the mouth enters to the ear and then goes to the heart, Cheta Prangana. So we have to receive. It's not heartless chanting. We have to receive Krishna with our heart, in our heart. So this is a very important appointment with Krishna. So we can prioritize that. And what is the meaning of receiving Krishna in our heart? Means you completely, wholeheartedly you call out Krishna's holy name. You take shelter that I have tried so many things. Right? I have heard in lecture, I have read in scripture, but I am failing. Right? I am failing to take shelter of Krishna. I am failing to conquer our last great anger, envy, pride, illusion. I am failing to prioritize spiritual life. Right? And so many desires are just, wreaking havoc. So let's admit, let's be honest. It's one of the symptoms of humility and honesty. So let's be honest. And what is the hope then in that situation? The hope is only Krishna's mercy. So that is called calling out from the heart. That, my dear Lord, I have tried everything, but I have failed. Please give me a shelter. So wholeheartedly taking shelter of the holy name. So example of that is Ratnakar. He was such a great talker, everybody used to be afraid. But when Narad Muni gave him this initiation of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, to the extent that he could not chant Rama, he has to chant Mara, which is death. But Mara, Rama, 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 it became Ram. And just by chanting the Ram, imagine where he went. Lord Ram gave his darshan of all his leelas to him. And he became the author of Ramayana. So that is where we can reach. That is the power of the Mahamantra. So let us make sure, first we are chanting the Mahamantra. Please be very careful to chant it properly. It needs some effort. It needs some dedication. It's a struggle. So for now, leave all the struggles that we are going through in our life, all the anxieties, park them, and let us struggle for our japa. Let us struggle to chant clearly. So, let us clearly chant. Let us hear clearly. You can introspect. Am I hearing all the 16 words? Or am I just hearing 2 words? Or even no word? It is possible to chant 16 rounds without hearing any Mahamantra. It is possible. That is so unfortunate. We have to receive Krishna, all the 16 words. That is very important step. Focus on that. That's why Prabhupada said, chant and hear. Very important second step. Third step, chant from the heart. Are we completely taking shelter of Krishna or taking shelter of our bank balance and so many other false things which any moment can finish? So let's wholeheartedly practice this when we chant for half an hour. Next, after that, we will discuss the second one.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So how was the experiment with chanting? It's powerful. But one thing remember, when we chant clearly at the same time, when we chant alone, you can chant whatever volume you want. But when we are chanting in a group or in a Zoom call unmuted, please be sensitive about your volume because it may disturb the side-by person. We may be in ecstasy, but our ecstasy may disturb the side-by person. It should not be an obstacle for others chanting. So we need to be sensitive. So I have observed great devotees with the chant. It almost like a whisper sound, just loud enough so that they can hear. So keep that in mind. So that was the first tip, to chant clearly. Making sure we are chanting the complete mantra, all the 16 words, and clearly, not distorting, not skipping 2 or 3 mantras. Right? So that is very important. Although it's very simple, but it's very important. This japa is the most powerful, most simple, and the most neglected also. So we have to be very careful. Just because it is simple, we may just not take advantage of it. Second is hear. Hear every mantra. So chanting has 2 components. One is pronouncing, the second is hearing. So this hearing is called oral reception. We can judge for ourselves. Are we receiving Krishna fully or partially? Have we received? So as we chant the next half an hour, please ask this question. Please introspect. Please examine. Are we receiving the Maha Mantra Nam Prabhu completely or partially or zero? All the 16 words did I hear? It is like receiving Krishna. The moment you call, Krishna is there. But if you don't receive him, we have insulted him. So imagine that you are receiving Krishna. How we receive Krishna? Oral reception. That through our ears, as I was quoting Rupa Goswami's verse, Tunde Tanda Minirate Kartana. Through our ears, we receive Krishna. How? By attentively, carefully hearing each and every of the 16 words of Mahamantra. Just if we focus on hearing, we'll chant properly. This is the secret. Srila Prabhupada said, chant and hear. That's all. So focus on hearing. If you focus on hearing, we'll automatically chant properly. So chanting Mahamantra is complete when you do both. Both pronouncing clearly and completely and hearing clearly and completely. So let's be attentive to pronounce and hear each Mahamantra of the 16 letter. Let us not miss a single word. Otherwise we are just wasting time if we don't be attentive. Don't put our effort for hearing properly, for chanting properly. You are just wasting our time. Of course, there is some benefit because Krishna's name, even if you chant 2 names, there is benefit. But if you want to get benefit of the Mahamantra, then it has to be Mahamantra. We have to chant Mahamantra, we have to hear Mahamantra. Fully without distorting. If we leave any mantra or distort it, then it is not Mahamantra. So let us make sure we are chanting Mahamantra and we are hearing Mahamantra. Sometimes we chant Mahamantra, but we hear tax returns or our house or some problems. Have you experienced that? We chant Mahamantra, but we hear something else. Some our anxiety struggle. Because to hear, we need the mind. We need to be attentive. We need attention to hear. Or maybe chanting something but not hearing. It is like a person on cell phone, very busy businessman, or even normal person nowadays, very busy. If you talk to them, they can't give you attention. They can't give you focus. So that is exactly what we are doing with Krishna also. So let us be respectful to Krishna because holy name is Krishna. How we receive him through our ear is how we are respecting Krishna. So let us not be disrespectful. Oral reception is receiving Krishna through our ears and to our heart. And oral reception is often neglected. And that neglect is the root cause of all the offenses called pramada. This is what in Harinam Chintamani, Srila Haridas Thakur is telling in a conversation with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This inattention, this not hearing, is the root cause of all the 10 offenses. And the solution he is giving is to everyday chant in association with devotees. That is the cure of this deadly disease. So, let us cry out from the heart. And Srila Prabhupada, that is how he said, that chant, when you chant, you cry like a baby. Genuine cry of a child for Mother Hara. That, my dear Lord, my mind not in my control. I am chanting for decades or whatever state we are in, you can imagine. But still, I am unable to hear your holy name. My mind is so disturbed. I have no appreciation for the holy name. So cry out. Your shelter is my only hope. Only if you can give taste. Example of that is Marigari. He actually took it very seriously. He was a hunter who would take pleasure in half killing animals. Can you imagine? Fully kill is still okay, but half kill. And he would take pleasure. Such sadistic pleasure, many times I also have. But we all can be delivered. Just like Mrigari. Narad Muni gave him his Mahamantra and he chanted properly. He chanted Mahamantra very carefully. He chanted with great effort and great appreciation. And after 1 year, when Narad Muni is coming back, this Mrigari is not even crossing the road because some ants are coming on that. He became so sensitive. So we all can be delivered if we let Mahamantra do the magic. Let us let Mahamantra do the magic. How? As I mentioned, chant clearly. And at the same time, we should be sensitive. When you are chanting in a group, don't disturb other people by your loud chanting. Loud chant at your home, or in mute you chant loudly, no problem. But don't disturb others with your chanting. So, because I've observed great devotees when they chant, they're very sensitive. They're absorbed, they're intense, at the same time they're very sensitive. Sensitive that they don't offend or disrespect others chanting. So that intensity, Advaita Acharya called. He called in such a way that Krishna descended at Gauranga Mahaprabhu. It's not just by volume, but by the intensity of the heart. The loud means you loud in the intensity. And let us pronounce clearly, at the same time softly in a group. And hear clearly and completely. This completely hearing is very important. Please examine, are we hearing the complete mantra? Are we receiving Krishna completely? Or not receiving at all, or partially receiving? So that will determine the success of our chanting. ROI, for investing time, let us invest properly. Let us not do half-hearted third-class job. So for the next half an hour, let's practice this. Hearing properly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. So our hearing will be perfect and proper to the extent we are aware and remind ourselves that Krishna is the holy name. The holy name is avatar of Krishna. It's not different from the Lord. To that extent we'll be respectful. How do you receive a respectful person? Right? With full attention. So to the extent we are respectful to the holy name, to that extent we'll be hearing completely and clearly, and to that extent our japa will be successful. Next tips to upgrade our japa is tulasi. Tulasi is the success factor in our spiritual life. Previously we used to have cow and tulsi in every house. Now we became modern and we kicked them out and we started suffering. Tulasi is everywhere involved. Tulasi, in our spiritual life, let's say how many places we use tulsi. Because without tulsi, Krishna does not accept any bhoga. Do you know that? Without tulsi, Krishna does not accept any bhoga. Why would Krishna accept some ingredient that is sold where cow flesh is getting sold? Why will he accept? It is only because of the presence of tulsi leaf that he accepts. Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpa Phalam Tuyam. That is tulsi. So, devotional service can be done as a task. You know that? Devotional service can be done as a task. What is devotional service? Where there is devotion. Does Krishna need our food? Without apple, will he not exist or what? But when that apple is offered with devotion, that's what he relishes. So if devotional service is done without devotion, it is just a task. And we can honestly admit that I am falling short in devotion and I need help. So Tulsi Devi helps in that. She is Bhakti Devi. She gives bhakti. Because of her presence, the bhoga is offered. Similarly, wherever we put Tulsi, Krishna will accept that. When we are calling Krishna in our heart through this chanting Mahamantra, so we discussed 3 steps, right? Rupa Goswami is there, Tunda Tanda. First is mouth, we pronounce properly. Second is with ear, we hear properly. And third is in our heart we invite. But my heart is such a place, it's a dark, dirty place. This last greed, anger, envy, it's just full in that place. Why would Krishna come? Will he be happy to come? But if Tulsi is there, he will come. So we can take shelter of Tulsi when we invite in the Lord. We take shelter of our Guru. It's very important. Even if you don't have Tulsi in your house, I can help you. There are 35 devotees in the Bay Area who are very successfully doing Tulsi Seva. And your spiritual life will fly like jet speed. If you become serious in serving Tulsi, Krishna will take our case very seriously. Correct it. You can try it out. So, at least you can have a Tulsi photo, and if possible, we can chant on Tulsi beads. These are our beads, Japamala is made of Tulsi beads. And Guru Maharaj chanted on these beads. So when you are calling, you can take shelter of Tulsi and Guru Maharaj. That, my dear Lord, my heart is not the best place for you to come, but you can take shelter of Tulsi Maharani and Guru Maharaj when you are inviting the Lord, and you will be happy to come. Just like Indra, when he did this offense at the Govardhan Lila, after that he directly could not approach. We cannot directly approach Krishna. We have done so many offenses, isn't it? So many aparads, offenses we have done. So many sinful activities we have done. how can you approach Krishna directly? So just like Indra, he felt remorseful that what I've done. So he took shelter of Surabhi Mata, cow, and then Krishna looked at him. Similarly, when we take shelter of Tulsi Maharani, when inviting the Lord, when we take shelter of Guru, then Krishna will be happy to come. Not arrogantly, okay, I'm great, Krishna, you're also great, I'm great, matching. Doesn't work. We need to be humble. So that is one of the secret. So we can, on this 2026, we can aspire to have a Guru. Let us not be arrogant that I know everything, I don't know anything. That is the way we start. We need a Guru, we need a living Guru. Srila Prabhupada is everybody's Diksha Guru, but still we need a living Diksha Guru. Shantagannath Prabhu, Shama Kumari Mataji can guide you. They are the Shiksha Gurus for all of us. We can take their shelter. And a living Guru, they can help, that's fine. But it's very important step. Without Guru, our chanting doesn't even start. So, Tulsi Seva and Guru, these two things we can have in our list of goals. To have a Guru, you don't need to chant 16 rounds. But whatever round you chant will be super rounds if you have a Guru, taking shelter of a Guru. So when you are inviting the Lord, we can imagine the my dear Lord, you can pray like that. My heart is full of all this anarthas. It's a dark den. But Tulsi Maharani is there, Guru is there, so kindly come and shine my heart. So similarly, Tulsi, we have this Kantimala, right? That is Tulsi. So whatever you are chanting becomes acceptable because the words are going through this. Tulsi Devi Kanti, she puts a leaf there. But to hear this, we have to just not take onion garlic, that's all. It's not a big price to pay. Okay, just kick out those two things. And you can instead take shelter of Tulsi. Which is more important, onion garlic or Tulsi? So invite Tulsi, we have a Tulsi. Similarly, you cannot chant on Tulsi beads. If you are taking onion garlic, you can chant in bell beads, bell mala. But what is more important in our life? So we can take Tulsi beads, we should chant in Tulsi beads. When you touch, she gives bhakti. And that is accepted by Krishna. That is most important. So, Lord Chaitanya always chanted before Tulsi. This body becomes temple because Tilak and this is Tulsi at the end. No? That is why this body becomes temple. 12 places we mark with Tulsi. So, only because of Tulsi will be accepted to the Lord. Only if we take shelter of Tulsi while chanting, the chanting will be accepted by the Lord. So this is the instruction Laksha Hira got from Srila Haridas Thakur. Very simple instruction, anybody can do. Laksha was the most sinful lady there. She was a prostitute and created havoc in so many people's life under the instruction of Ramachandra Khan, that envious person. Laksha Hira came for Haridas Thakur fall down. But Haridas Thakur wanted to deliver that same person who is trying to make him fall down. She was so sinful that it took 2.5 days for her to start chanting. It is said that a first-class devotee is won just by seeing him or hearing chanting from him will feel inspired to chant. But Namacharya Haridas Thakur is chanting, it took 2.5 nights. Then she started chanting. So Haridas Thakur gave this instruction. It is instruction not to Lakshya, but to all of us. And we will be successful. Our life will be successful if we follow these instructions. He said, Haridas Thakur said, Chaitanya Charitamrita Ansalila 3:137. Nirantara naam lao kar tulasi sevan achirat pabe tabe Krishna charan. So you just have to do two things. Nirantar naam. So you can always carry this bead bag. It's a moving altar. It's a moving altar. Just carry this. If you don't have a bead bag, please contact Sham Jagannath Prabhu, Shama Kumari Mataji. This is the most important asset to have in our life. Please have a bead bag. It's a moving altar. And carry it always with you. If you carry, then what happens? Whenever there is a free time, you just put your hand and start chanting. That's it. As simple as. So that will become Nirantara Nam. Nirantara Nam means wherever there is a gap, you chant. All you have to do is two things. Nirantara Namla, Karatulasi Seva. Achirat. Achirat means very quickly. Achirat Pavetave Krishna Charan. You will get the lotus feet of Krishna. Can you imagine? If we just do these two things. Nirantara Namla, Tulasi Seva. So next few accounts as we will be chanting. I'm a little bit rushing because I need to go at 9. So I'll give one more tip and then we'll probably have a question and answer session with some reflections and then so next 2 rounds probably will be chanting. Let us, as we chant, so first step, remember first step was pronounce properly and completely. Second step, hear properly and completely. Receive Krishna fully. The third step is invite Krishna to your heart. Holy name is Krishna. Invite to your heart with Tulsi and Guru. If you don't have a Guru, Srila Prabhupada is your Guru. Take shelter of these two personalities. Okay, let's practice that. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So as Rupa Goswami was telling, Tunde Tandavini Ratim Litanate. So when you take the process seriously, there's a magical effect because the holy name is Krishna. So what is the process? Again, let us remind ourselves. First is we pronounce.
Here.
Second,
Here.
clearly and completely. Third, receive Krishna in the heart with Tulsi. Imagine that your heart is a temple. There is a temple in your heart. There is a song. Mama mana mandire rahani shri Krishna Murari Shri Krishna Murari. So there is a temple. This song describes beautiful song. There is a temple. Krishna Murari, you stay there. So we are inviting Krishna. Imagine there is a temple in your heart and there is a Simhasana, Ratna Simhasana, throne. They are inviting Krishna. So when we are inviting Krishna, what happens? Rupa Goswami is telling the effect. Two things happen when we chant properly. First is Sarvendriyanam Kritim. It conquers all the senses. Automatically your senses will be controlled if you chant properly. Automatically the distaste will come for other material things. Automatically. Provided we chant clearly and completely. We have to chant Mahamantra, not something that closely resembles Mahamantra, but it is not Mahamantra. Not that kind of chanting. If you are carefully, properly, completely chanting, this will be the effect. Senses will be controlled. First thing. Second thing, no jane chanita kya ramrete krishneti varnatve. I don't know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. Meaning what? We'll start experiencing the sweetness, the nectar of the holy name. So when we chant properly. Chanting is the means and it is the ultimate goal. So as we take endeavor to properly chant, completely, then this is what will happen. So let us endeavor for that in this new year 2026. Whatever we have done. But let us do a new beginning. As we are discussing, taking shelter of Guru and Tulsi. Right? Two people. Who are there? Guru and Tulsi. So you can consult His Grace Shyam Jagannath Prabhu for guidance on these two things. Tulsi Seva, how to accept Guru, how to choose a Guru. So that is very important.
Can I request you to add a couple of comments about Tulsi, the Telegram channel, etc.?
Oh, sure, okay. So Shyam Jagannath Prabhu himself does very nice Tulsi Seva. Shama Kavi, you can take their guidance. I also have a Tulsi group, WhatsApp group. You can join that group. And there is a guidance like people like Switzerland are there in that. People from Canada. That is constantly snowing. But their Tulsi is shining like anything. So it is possible to take care of Tulsi thriving in winter just like in summer. Even if you go to temple, the Tulsi house, Ramanachala Prabhu very nicely taking care. So it is possible. We can coach you, we can guide you. Shankarana Prabhu can guide and coach. I also have a group, I have a document you can share. I'll probably share with you, you can forward it, whatever way it works. But it is possible to take care of Tulsi properly. But again, just like chanting, you have to be sincere and serious. But that investment, if you properly take care of Tulsi, it is a great ROI. I can personally tell, for many years, I wanted to get up early in the morning and chant. Because I realized, I was questioning why my spiritual life is not going so well. So then I got the answer that my chanting is not proper. And why my chanting is not proper? Because I'm chanting in the evening. Some third class chanting I'm doing. So I understood I have to get up somehow. If I want to be serious about spiritual life, there is no alternative for me than to get up early in the morning. was not able to. Now, sometimes we have some limitations, like we cannot do it. We want to do it, but we cannot do it. Right? So then I was, I got inspired by Raseshwari Mataji and Amrita Hari Prabhu. I visited their house. They were at that time in near San Francisco, place San Mateo. So they had a nice greenhouse, and I was very impressed. And then somehow this Tulsi thing dawned on me, and I started experimenting. Of course, any successful doctor killed many patients, not always, but in my hand many Tulsis have also gone. But I have learned slowly. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. I have a very set up process. It will be 100% successful. 35 people tried and they're successful. But what I wanted to tell is, after I started serving Tulsi, suddenly I was able to get up early in the morning, and my desire was fulfilled. Many things happened, but what I'm trying to say is, Tulsi, it is a real thing. She is the secret of success. You take Tulsi Seva seriously, means under guidance, not haphazardly speculate. Anything seriously means under guidance. Even chanting, everything. Practicing spiritual life, you practice under the guidance of this wonderful Krishna Jagannath Prabhu. If we take Tulsi Seva seriously, Krishna will take our case very seriously. 100% guarantee. You will have experience. Anyways, the next tip I wanted to do, I think, I told 4 tips, right? It's the last one. Probably I'll give you a bonus if time permits. One more. Last japa. Chant every round as if this is the last round in this life. From where I learned this is one devotee from Vrindavan was sharing with me about our great devotee Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. She told me, Lakshmana, that Anand Vrindavan Prabhu chants every round as if it is the last round of his life. And actually it can be also. I heard many cases like devotees attended some program, they went and they left. And I personally do a calm down. I take my life expectancy to be 75 years. I'm now 52, so 23 years to go. Max. In between accidents can happen, disease can happen, etc. So that means what? Every round is an opportunity. If we do a third class chanting, can we go back and re-chant those rounds? No, right? It is a harsh, hard reality. How can we afford to chant a bad round? We cannot. If we remember that as if this is the, imagine yourself in a hospital bed, last day, last few days, last 27 days of your life. I have seen personally people dying. What matters at the time? If somebody cheated you money, will that matter? You got $10,000 bonus, will that matter? You have got Tesla latest, will that matter? Nothing will matter. Somebody insulted you, will that matter? Last 7 days of your life. Somebody praised you, will that matter? What will matter? Only chanting the holy name of the Lord will matter. So why don't you do it now? Because practice makes a man perfect. We cannot be practicing at that time. There is no opportunity to practice that time. This is the time to practice. As if this is the last round. And it can be very well. So, let's practice. Let's chant with each round as if this is our last round. Example is Ajamila. He initially was very pious. He was serving. But then he got distracted. But even at the last moment, he saw Jamadutas coming. He chanted Narayan. That was his son's name. So indirectly he called the Lord, but Lord took it seriously. Immediately Vishnudutas came and Ajamil saw for himself what is the effect of chanting. And that is there is a book called Second Chance. So then he became serious. He went to Haridwar, full focus, chanted every round as if it is the last round. So let us do that now. because this will be the most important investment. Anyway, the same time, it will take the same time only. And perhaps it might take lesser time because when we chant with full focus, it takes lesser time, you'll notice. Somehow there is some mystery is there. If we chant distracted, it always takes more time. Double the time somehow. You can experiment that. So let us do that. And I'll give you a bonus tip at the end. And we'll take some question and answer after this. We'll chant 2 rounds. Thank you.
This is
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So, Rupa Goswami, you can go to the. So Rupa Goswami tells that in Nectar of Instruction, verse 7, Sat Krishna Nama Charitati Tapya Pitta Pitta Tatta Na Rasano Na Rachana Kintu Adarat Anudinam Kalu Srivadishta Sadvi Ramat Bhavati Tattvatamula. He's telling that right now we don't taste chanting. We don't feel attracted to chanting because we have a disease. That itself is a sign that we have a disease. Spiritual disease. It's like sometimes you have fever. You don't want to eat, right? Have you noticed that? If you have fever, you're shivering, you have a repulse with the food. Similarly, because you have a spiritual disease, you have a repulsion from the Holy Name. But the cure is just like in jaundice. If you take sugar, then it cures you slowly. You start regaining the taste for sugar. Similarly, Kintu Adarat Anudinam. Adarat. With a lot of Adar. I don't know how to translate it in English, but closest words can be affection, a lot of effort, carefully we chant. So there's some effort involved, not carelessly. Kintu Adarat Anudinam. Every day we chant. Kalu Saripadishta. That's so immediately, slowly the taste regains. So those who are not chanting, please start chanting. And those who are chanting, increase your chanting. Those who are chanting for some time, please take guidance from Shama Kumari Mataji and His Krishna Jagannath Prabhu. If we just hold on to their lotus feet, our life will be success. And then we take guidance and very carefully practice. They have a japa call every day morning. You can join that call and carefully chant. And then slowly you will experience the sweetness of chanting. So the last bonus is no cell phone while chanting, unless you are chanting in a Zoom call. Unless you are chanting in this Zoom call, japa and cell phone go in together. So if you chant with a cell phone will overpower you. Will either WhatsApp or something, Facebook will catch you, and then our chanting will go for a toss. We'll go do multitasking. And sometimes I've seen devotees, they hear class and chant. They're reading a newspaper and chanting. Conversing and chanting, side talks. So please don't do multitasking while chanting. It does not work. You're hearing classes and same time you're chanting. I've seen. It does not work. Please don't do that third class chanting. We have done enough of that. Let's not do that anymore. So chanting needs full focus we have to give. Sometimes driving and chanting. There are many things. Multitasking. Please do not do multitasking with chanting. It does not work. Let us put full attention to japa. So cell phone is such a device which it impulses us to do multitasking and chanting. While chanting, this whole actually, whoever created the beadwork, they never knew that devotees can do cell phone through this. Otherwise, they could have closed the whole. So please don't do that. Actually, I learned this from Ashik Maharaj that couple of years back, I think, probably 10 years back. So I got greatly rewarded by practicing that. So one of the principle is put the cell phone in another room, maybe upstairs or some other place when you chant. Don't keep it nearby. It will just attract you and you'll go for that. So anything that we want to avoid, you have to create some obstacle between that object and you. That is the secret Chaitanya Charitamrita says, how to overcome sense impulses. You create a obstacle between the two. Cell phone is a device, you know it will distract you. You create an obstacle. Keep it in another room. That itself will greatly improve your japa. And our focus in japa is directly proportional to how much you keep away. From cell phone. Smart watches giving constant notification is not good for smart japa. So what you can do is like iPhone. Every phone nowadays has a facility where do not disturb. It will not send you notification if you turn that on. So don't receive notification when you are chanting. It's not smart chanting. So thank you very much for your time, and I really appreciate your time. Just quickly revising what we discussed. So first step is we are discussing upgrading our japa. First is chant clearly. It has to be a Mahamantra. Mantra, important thing is every part has to be present. It has to be present properly. So don't distort, don't miss out any words. Give it an additional minute and you will save decades of wastage of time. Hear fully and clearly. Receive Krishna, oral reception. That's called. Tulsi is the secret of success. You can consult His Grace Shyam Jagannath Prabhu, Har Krishna Kumari Mataji, how we can give up onion garlic and embrace Tulsi. Those two cannot go together. But it's worth it. There's a roadmap, you can figure it out. How we can serve Tulsi. And if possible, serving Tulsi is the next step. If we serve Tulsi, suddenly we start getting taste for chanting. Suddenly out of nowhere, we start getting the strength and taste for getting up early. Suddenly we get taste for hearing, serving, all that manifests. If we just serve Tulsi. So many years and probably lifetimes of attitude problem. Srila Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Instruction that progress in Krishna consciousness is dependent on one's attitude. I have a lot of attitude problem, but if we take shelter of Krishna, if we take shelter of Tulsi Maharani, the great devotee of the Lord, the attitude gets fixed. We can chant as if with the last japa, and we can practice for that. And please do not keep your cell phone while chanting. Keep it in another room. Whenever you chant, doesn't matter what time of the day. And that's all. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
If you have any question, comments, corrections, please feel free.
Needed this boost before 2026. So it's helpful. The way you say, let us not do third class chanting. It's very inspiring. I also feel that we are anyway chanting. I'm anyway spending time. I want to do it anyway. And the gap between doing average japa to good japa, the results are logarithmically, exponentially greater. So we get much greater benefits by just putting little more effort. So yeah, that appeal is very nice. I also liked how you connected Tulsi Maharani. I never thought serving Tulsi Maharani at home. I think anyone with a desire to serve Tulsi Maharani, I think she's happy to accept service. Prabhuji has created a very nice document. Few things you can buy. Not very expensive. few $100s, and then you'll have the full setup and everything automated. So you may have to take care of Tulsi Maharani once a week or once in 2 weeks. And then she'll give you Tulsi leaves to offer Bhoga related to Krishna. And the way you said, when we are chanting, the Kantimala that we wear is like when we cook Bhoga, Krishna doesn't need the apple, as you were saying. He has millions of apples. But when we offer Tulasi with devotion, then he accepts it. Similarly, when we chant, Krishna may not come and reside in our heart, but because we have Kantimala, it's like the chanting with the Kantimala attracts Krishna. So that is also very nice. With the Tulasi chanting beats, you mentioned that if we are able to, I like how you said, it's very simple, kick out onion, garlic. So if we can, it's very simple changes. Actually, many of us, my brother-in-law, he used to say, Krishna consciousness I like, this onion, garlic, that is impossible, he would say. That's what he used to tell before last year when we went. 2024, that's what he said. I thought, okay. But 2025 when we went, they are getting initiated the next week. I asked him, how did you give up onion garlic? He said, I didn't realize. Your sister started cooking without onion garlic. I didn't even realize the taste and difference. I thought it would be very different and I won't be able to eat without onion garlic. But it makes no difference actually. I was really able to appreciate. Of course, it does make a difference, taste-wise, yes. But your spiritual consciousness would be elevated to such a level where this taste seems insignificant, that difference seems insignificant. And we value having a higher consciousness long term than having a higher taste momentarily. So thank you for inspiring us. In 2026, as the new year is beginning, new challenges, new opportunities for us to think about. And so thank you very much for sharing some of those sides. I just wanted to reflect some of those thoughts. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Anyone on this has reflections?
We have Tulsi beads if anyone would like to say.
We got, when we went to Vrindavan, we got some Tulsi beads. So if any of you would like, we will offer it to Radha Madan Mohanji and then you can. Okay, Uma Mataji wants. Let's say Haribo. Venuji also wants Haribo.
My mother has got colourful beads as well, something like these. So it looks fancy too.
Chaitra Mataji also wants Haribo. Oh wow, amazing. Sakshi Mataji also, please say Haribo a little more loudly. This is a momentous occasion. Haribo! Prashant ji also wants Tulsi beads. Haribo! Kantimala we are talking about. So now you make plans for. Oh, Haribo! Monika Mataji also wants to wear Kantimala. Haribo! Oh, this is unexpected. I don't think we have as many. So, but we will turn our house upside down to find more. So if you have any more, we'll be happy to get.
I have some, so you can.
Mohit Prabhu is also sponsoring Kantimala. So if anyone, okay, so far let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I'll count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. Any more? Anyone else wants to take Kantimala before they enter the new year 2026? If your spouse has already raised, then you can as well take the credit by accepting it here.
Is it only like we should not eat onion garlic? That is the only rule, or any other rules to wear the Kantimala?
That is the only rule. Basically, the thing is that we are taking shelter of Tulsi Maharani, who is a great devotee of the Lord. Through devotee, we come to devotion. Through serving a devotee, through offending a devotee, we leave devotion. Because what we fail to see is behind that simple devotee is all powerful Krishna. Similarly, Tulsi Maharani What we fail to see is she looks very helpless, but behind her is all powerful Krishna. That we fail to see. Doesn't matter whether we see or not. If we take service of Tulsi seriously, miracles will happen in our life. It will be the most important, most significant step in our life to serve and take shelter of Tulsi Maharani. She can do miracles in our life. She can give us taste, and that is why Vedic civilization, everybody had a Tulsi. If you go back 2-3 generations, every house had a Tulsi, and cow also stayed inside. But now they're all outside. That is why we are suffering. But we don't have to suffer. Accept Tulsi, whatever form. Chanting bead, we can also chant in clicker or other things, right? But it is not just about counting. It is not just about finishing rounds. If you want to finish rounds, rounds will be finished. But chanting is calling Krishna to our heart. Imagine in our heart there is a temple, there is a Singhasan. One side there is Guru, another side there is Tulsi. That Singhasan. Krishna will very happily come, no matter how dirty that is. Because these two personalities will give so much devotion because it is due to them that Krishna will come, not due to us. But if we take shelter of them, then we impress Krishna. So if you want to experience miracle in life, serve Tulsi Maharani, take shelter of Guru Maharaj. These two steps would humbly request and beg that please take this most important step. And today, and now is the time, not tomorrow. So many tomorrows have gone, like that decades have passed. Today and now. So don't feel shy. It is the biggest help that you will do to yourself and your family and your surrounding. All it needs is one person becomes serious devotee. One person out of the two saves a family, a relationship. If one person is serious, one family can save a society. One society can save a community. One community can save a nation. So it is not ordinary. So just we become serious ourselves. That is Shastra also tells you. If you want to do biggest help, Prahlad Maharaj's case, Narsimhadev tells. The 21 generations is delivered. Means sometimes they will become devotee. All the 21 generations. That is how they are delivered. One person, you want to do good help to your children, to your husband or wife, to your parents, you become devotee. How to become devotee? Take this step, take this commitment. No, today I will chant. From today I am going to chant. From today I will increase my rounds. From today I will take shelter of Guru. From today I will take shelter of Tulsi. Just that one step, so much blessings will come. One right step, so much blessings will come. Just like one wrong step brings so many curses. Opposite is also true. Do it and see for yourself. I'm so grateful, my dear friend Chakri, Prabhu, and Mataji, kindly and open their houses. Very, very grateful. It's my dream come true. We made like 3 decades back, 2 decades back. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I can't tell you. I'm so happy. Anybody has any other questions? Or I've bored you enough?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have a couple of questions, but maybe I'll start first with this Kanti Mala. So, how to take care of Kanti Mala properly? Because, I've seen, at least for me, it breaks every few months. So, then, and what do we do with that then? Like, what the Kanti Mala breaks. How to take care of properly and what to do with it?
Thank you. Very important and relevant question. Practical. So, we have to be practical at the same time, do things under guidance. So Kantimala, first thing is we keep spare Kantimalas. What is said is, as long as this Tulsi is touching your body, Jamadutas cannot touch you. Do you know that? Jamaduta has no power to come near you if there is Kantimala. So never be without Kantimala. Because death can come at any moment, right? And Jamadutas can come also. So always keep spare Kantimalas. Right? That is one thing. Yeah. And you can, of course, offer to Radha Madan Mohan. But in the list, keep some spare malas. Whenever you visit Vrindavan, Mayapur, or somebody is going, request them, can you get, or you yourself go grab 1 dozen kantimalas with you and keep them spare kantimalas. So that is the power of Tulsi Maharani. That if Tulsi is present, in fact, they say the house where Tulsi is served, Tulsi Devi is present. Lord Krishna, along with all the demigods, he resides in that house. It will never go through a bad time. That is the power of Tulsi Maharani. So it is wonderful. It is see, actually the natural things are very simple and very cheap also, cost-wise, materially if you see. Like natural delivery is like cost less also, it is less, that one time 10, but after that Mataji's can keep moving. But somebody cut, there's a lot of problem, cost also, etc. Similarly, this Tulsi is a natural thing, It's free, it's so cheap that nobody even cares for it. But it can give the highest benefit. Holy name, free. Right? Anybody charging any money for holy name? But nobody gets to chant. But it can give the highest benefit. So natural things are free, cheap, but it can give the highest benefit. All you have to do is take it very seriously. Just because it is free and cheap, don't take it cheaply. Take it very seriously. Then you will receive the highest benefit. And if Kantimala breaks, ideally in India what we do is either we put in Ganga or Tulsi ground, that place. But here, if you have a garden, you can put into the garden. But just be practical. If you are staying in an apartment and you have nowhere to go, just take practical guidance. Whatever is the meaningful thing, you can do it. That's fine. So always, this is one thing I repeatedly tell. I've told many devotees also. Always the rule, essence of the rule is more important than the rule itself. Like Tulsi Seva, I told one devotee, very senior devotee, but I had to tell. I told, if the Tulsi Seva rules are obstructing you to serve Tulsi Maharani, what good that rule is? The rule is good, but the application is not good. So always the essence of the rule is the more important. Same thing can be reflected everywhere, whether it is Kantimala or anything. So always try to understand what is the essence, what is the purpose, why this rule is there. Addressing that is most important. So when you address that, then all the conflicts are resolved. At least you will be confident in whatever you are doing. You don't need to do in a shaky way. So whatever helps you to improve our spiritual life.
So Prabhu, on the same thing on Tulsi Maharani Seva, like as you said, the essence of the rule is more important. But what is happening is like in our house, I have killed so many Tulsi plants that I am now scared to get even a Tulsi at home. Like we have stopped trying also because for many years we have, even in India, because even India weather is not that bad. It's just because of our maybe not of having security or our carelessness, or we are not serving Tulsi Maharani properly, that we have killed so many Tulsi plants, and finally we stopped even trying for it. So what do you suggest? What should we do?
Very nice question. So actually the real failure is when we give up. We should not give up. As long as we are not giving up, we are not failure. Whether it is chanting, maybe I am poorly chanting, but it's okay as long as we don't give up. This is what Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita. Apichet sudhirachara bhajate imam anannava sadhureva samantava sammak vyavahitavsi. So what he says that even if one person has fell down, apichet sudhirachara, but bhajate imam anannava, but he has not given up my bhajan, then we consider him as son. Same with Tulsi Seva, same with chanting. We should not give up. But how to fix the mistakes that we are doing? So when we repeat the failure, there is something wrong, and it is something we need to learn. We should not repeat mistakes. We can take guidance. If something is repeatedly we are failing, means we need to take guidance. Right? So the easiest way I say in Tulsi Seva is copy success. Either spiritual or material. If you want to be successful, you just copy success. Simple. Copy paste will work. So you want to chant very nicely, chant with those devotees who are very serious in chanting. Immediately your chanting will fly. Same with Tulsi Seva or same with anything. You want to read very nicely. Read with those devotees who have attachment for reading. The Bhagavatam also tells, if you serve such devotees, then you will get taste for hearing. Vasudeva Katharuchi. You will get. So, and beginning it tells that those devotees who have attachment for hearing. Same with Tulsi also. Just take little guidance from Prabhuji, I have some documents I can help. And why you can't? Because 35 devotees in the Bay Area itself have become successful. Everyone can be successful. But only my request is, let's not reinvent the wheel. It is just a wastage of money, effort also, and it brings some kind of frustration also. So just do things under guidance. Anything, if you do under guidance, you will save a lot of time. Whether it's chanting, reading, or anything, spiritual life. The secret sauce is take guidance. But it needs a little bit of humility. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hurts the ego a little bit, gets hurt. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why he told, he could have just said that, no, chant. But he said, Tinadapi sunichena, tarodapi sahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtanya sadahari. So because to come to devotee association, we need two things. First thing is humility. That we have to accept, I need help. So that is humility. And second thing is tolerance. Because once we come, there will be something will go wrong. Right? We have to tolerate. We should not exit. Many people come, devotee association, and then they exit. So that's why he said tolerance. And then what happens? You will be in the association, and then your chanting will fly. That's why Mahaprabhu said, Kirtaniya Sadhari. Such a person